For 2024, Ford did actually upgrade some of the colors on the Super Duty. And when you get the King Ranch, they give you two colors. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Ken. Unfortunately, this truck is sold, I believe, but you can always reach out to him if you want to inquire, just in case they do back out. Let's go and check out the window stickers so you guys can see some of the options on this build. At the very top is the description, so it shows you the truck, long wheelbase, and the color, so rapid red. Here's a partial listing of the standard equipment, and then down below are all the options. So rapid red is $495, and then darkened bronze is the bottom part of the truck. High output power stroke. I'm seeing more trucks come in with the locker 355 rear end. Normally I see 331 with the locker. FX4 package, which gives you the skid plates. Running boards come standard. This is a long bed, so 12.4 GVWR, rapid heat, and a few other things down below like the twin panel. And it has clearance lights, thank God. Tough bed, destination $1995, with a total price of $96,890. Full disclosure, I actually was going to film this truck probably about 3 or 4 days ago, but I decided not to because I didn't have anything positive to say. Full disclosure today, I still don't like the darkened bronze on the rapid red. Now the color that the darkened bronze replaced was a little bit lighter than this one. And me personally, I think the lighter brown looked better. I think it's time for Ford to step up to the plate and offer brown and black. I think if this had a black bottom, this truck will look so much nicer. And you guys can see on the mirror cap right there, you see that? That has a black painted mirror cap. So if they had the black bottom with that, this truck would be perfect. Now with that being said, if you don't like the darkened bronze like I don't, and you still want a King Ranch, you can get the chrome package. It's not cheap, by the way, but it would give you chrome front and rear bumpers. It would change the wheel design, and this piece here would be monochromatic basically. But with that being said, King Ranch gives you a lot of nice features. You get reflective style LED headlights, accent lights, turn signals, and fog lights. Parking sensors on the front end. You have the black recovery hooks right here. No active grille shutters. Now you can see right here, these accent colors on the grille are actually from the previous color King Ranch. They did not change it to the darkened bronze. I don't know why, but they just didn't. Chin spoiler's pretty big, forward facing camera. Now if you crawl under the truck, now this truck has the FX4 package, right? If you guys can see, there is no skid plate on the front end of this truck. And I guess I just don't look under them enough, but I was shocked to see that. I've been doing a lot of videos on the half tons, and I'm used to seeing those skid plates. But on the front end of the Fords, they don't really give you that skid plate. Off to the side, these are the King Ranch wheels. And so you still can see that they're using the 2023 color and not the darkened bronze. So yeah, I definitely would skip the two-tone personally. Fabric material for the wheel well, solid front axle, and as far as the tires go, Bridgestone Duelers. Now some people have said that these tires aren't that great. I've heard different things from other people. Now if I bought the truck and my tires wore down, I wouldn't replace them with them. But LT 275 6520, that's basically like a 34-inch tire, I believe. And then the capacity is 3,750 pounds, 80 psi. Power deployable running boards. They do work with a key, so as you approach the truck with the smart key system, they do drop down for you. And then here's some of your badging here. Not a lot of chrome, so your door handles are painted. You have a little bit of chrome below the windows there. But like I said earlier, they give you this trim piece for the mirror cap. Blind spot and more cameras. And then here's some of your badging on the side too for your powertrain. And let's just go ahead and step back. I've said this a few times in the past, and I'll keep saying it. Ford has the best looking long bed trucks. Now, because they copied GM with these steps, I think the steps make it even nicer. So yes, they definitely have a really nice style on their trucks. And the steps here, you see how they have like a cutout right here? I like that they do that because that prevents the steps from holding mud. Now when you get a long bed truck, 48-gallon fuel tank, you can use biodiesel, by the way, 7.4-gallon DEF. And wheel well liner out back, finished in plastic. And you guys can see you have 4 leaves in that main pack and an overload right there. E-coated frame. And I can tell this truck does not have 5th wheel prep package too. Now you guys did see that the truck had the FX4, so you're gonna have a skid plate for that large fuel tank right there. And they give you another one further up for the transfer case. Okay. This truck has no rust on it. That's the first thing I would remove on this truck. Tail lights are incandescent and LED. And then the rear steps are right here. And you guys can see how they have like this little cutout here? That pretty much keeps, you know, debris from probably sitting in there. And then here's the applique out back. King Ranch Super Duty. Class 5 receiving hitch. Incandescent lights for your license plate. Parking sensors right there. And then they're using a Bridgestone tire, LT 275/70/18, so not the 20. And of course, light here for your conventional hitch backup camera. And this is a powered tailgate. You have the sonar built in on the top with the backup camera and step. Bed lights, and as I said, no 5th wheel prep package. But it's not a big deal because you can always get the B&W turnover ball. 2,000 watts of power comes standard on King Ranch. And as I said, power tailgate. One last thing to note, they do not give you chrome on the exhaust tips, which I do like better. As far as the powertrains go, the 7.3 gas does come standard. You can get the standard output Cummins, obviously, or you can get the top dog, high output Power Stroke. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 10R140, 10-speed transmission. They're still using the CP4 fuel pump. I haven't heard of any issues with it, so maybe Ford has figured out how to make it more reliable, or maybe Bosch has figured out how to make it better. In America, we don't have the same diesel standards as they do in Europe, and Bosch is a European company, and of course they build a lot of fuel pumps overseas, and they're known to being a great manufacturer for fuel pumps. As far as the interior goes, I have not mentioned this yet on the King Ranch, but I'm gonna mention it today. I feel as though when you have a cowboy truck, right? You guys see you have this really dark walnut wood here. You have the two-tone leather, so you have the caramel and mocha. Steering wheel, however, does not have a wood trim piece. I'd never really knocked Ford for this, but on every trim level they have, they do not give you a trim piece for the steering wheel. Now Ram actually took away the wood trim piece for their Longhorn and Limited. They used to have a wood trim piece, but Ford has never, from what I remember, had a wood trim piece on their steering wheel. But with that being said, the King Ranch is still beautiful. Now, you have pretty much this dark brown plastic and dark brown roof. The only thing that most people will probably see is a black carpet, but I actually don't mind this because you have a lot of black accents around the interior. Now, these seats are contoured, so they're going to be massagers for the seat back and the bottom here. Tilt headrest. Notice this truck does not have the max recline seats. That's actually a nice option to have because it gives you like a shoulder support, which is basically your pillow if you're laying the seat down to sleep in your truck. And then back on the door, you guys can see they do a great job with the accents, B&O sound system, power everything, steering wheel included, power pedals. You can power fold the mirrors, you can put them out for tow mode and power, 3 seat memories. Ford does a pretty darn good job overall. You see some of your stitching and the piping here. And as I've said in the past, Ford does have the best seats. They're wide, so if you're a big person, these seats are probably going to be more comfortable for you. Grab handles right there. I should knock them for not putting leather here because GM does it and Ram does that. And here's some of your controls on the side here. Electronic parking brake. Let's go ahead and start it up. The first thing I want to show you guys is the Pro Power, because I've been filming a lot of trucks that haven't been PDI'd and that system does not work. So I'm going to hit the button right here. So I'll take you guys back over to the screen. But takes about a few seconds for it to load up, and there it is. So I'm gonna hit the button now. Say it one more time. So all outlets off. Now you can go through this way under features, Pro Power, and any day now. There it is. And if you hit the button on the side, it doesn't come up on the screen, it just turns the system on and off. So that way you don't have to go through the prompts as I just did to get to the system here. So that turns it on and off. Now, when I did a video showing you guys how well that system works, I have my wife's air fryer, and literally it powered it, because I think it probably uses like 1300 watts. And so yeah, it worked perfectly. But you cannot drive with this system on down the road. It will not allow you to, basically. So unfortunately, you have to use the 400 watts inside the interior. So you have a plug here, and then I'll show you guys the other one out back in a second. But around the interior, let's just go ahead and show you the backup camera. So you have the 360 camera view. They have different views, like you do have a bed view camera right here. Okay, dual stage exhaust brake. And as you guys saw here, I'm going to put it back in reverse. You guys saw that this truck did have the sonar and the backup camera on top of the tailgate. So when you put the tailgate down, it basically changes that camera view for you on the fly. So that's really nice. So if you do have the tailgate down and you forget, you won't damage it, because it'll let you know, hey, the tailgate's down, and it'll let you know you're coming into contact with something. Here's a few more details on this interior. This is all a wood trim piece here, and this actually hides your wireless charger, and then 2 USBs, a little bit of storage. You can run some cords through here if you need to, so you can keep this closed to charge your phone that way. And then cup holders, and then you can actually double up on those. Center armrest has some nice accents on it. All soft touch. Deep storage, you have 2 USBs inside this area. It is illuminated as well. Heads up display is right there. And I always show this because it's my favorite thing about the Fords now. So they have the general measurement, so it shows you all the temperatures, shows you the diesel measurements here, and then they give you auxiliary gauges, diesel gauges, and then back up to the top there. You guys can see you have the split screen. If you go to the navigation here, you guys can see here on the side, you do have to use the arrows to kind of go through some of the prompts, and that's pretty nice. But you have dual climate control, heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and like I said, the interior on this truck is perfect. Now this twin panel moonroof is an option on this truck, right? You have auxiliary switches, you have your home link right there. Let's go and check out the passenger side. One last thing, if you want to turn on your contour seats, all you gotta do, go to seats under your settings, swipe over one time, it's in the middle, and then you hit massage. So if you hit passenger, massage, and then there you have 5 different styles that they do, and they have 3 levels of intensity. If you turn it off, you have 3 levels for your lumbar support, which is nice, so you guys can hopefully see it there. But on this side, a little bit of storage, and then check out this design. It's like a ranch, and then a little bit of storage for your glove box. And then out back, collapsible storage. There's that inverter, which supplies the power for the 2000 watts. Outboard heated seats, Type-C USBs. You have a 12 volt, and then here's your second 120 volt I was talking about. They do have lights on the interior, which is nice. Nice little wood treatment right there. Bottle holder. Now let's go and check out the Payload. So long bed truck, and it has decent features. I didn't show you guys, it has a clearance light. This shows that it's actually a certified real HD truck. Now on the sticker here, you guys will see the gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230 with a 12,400 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Axle code is 3J for that 355 locker. 20x8 wide wheels. And this truck has 4,039 pounds of payload. Now if it had the 5th wheel prep package, it might slip just under that 4,000 pounds, but that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good for the Payload. But I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Should they do the black bottom as an option against the darkened bronze? I think having two colors, especially that most people do order these trucks anyways, I think that they would see a lot of orders with the black bottom.